All right. Hey, Bill, I wear a mask, so don't yell at me. I'm like the guy who wrote in last week. I really have a hard time believing there is no fuckery when there's video of Fauci saying wearing a mask doesn't work. It's silly. Well, I think it also depends on when these people say this shit. I don't know. It seems like they were like, at first we weren't supposed to wear masks. Everybody had gloves on. I remember that. Some will say that he said that to make sure that the N95 masks that were needed for medical professionals wouldn't be hoarded. What a bunch of shit. That sounds like a bunch of shit to me. I have no idea where to get those, nor does the average American. They don't sell them at Walmart, 7-Eleven, or street vendors. Also, don't you think there'd be less crowding in hospitals if everyone was at least wearing a bandana in February, which would produce less crowding and need for an N95 mask? If you do believe that Fauci, I don't even know who he is. Okay? I just saw a thing at one point saying that the CDC said to wear a mask, so I believe in it. I'm not saying I'm right, but I just look at it like this way: mask versus no mask. If I'm wrong, all you did was smell your own breath for a few months, right? If you're wrong, then this fucking thing continues and more people lose their small businesses. And I don't think anybody knows what the right answer is. So I'm just erring on the side of caution. Flying helicopters, you don't have to go out and do auto rotations. Once you get your private license, you can fly for the rest of your fucking life and never do one and just bank on the fact that your engine's never going to fail. You know, you can do that, and you can get away with doing that. Who knows? You know, it's not how I live my life. Anyway, if you do believe that Fauci said this to prevent a shortage of masks and it was the right decision, then you have to accept the fact that Fauci lied to the public knowingly. I don't know anything about this, but I agree with how you're analyzing this information. How many liars do you know that only lie once? Well, there's different types of liars. Everybody lies. Honey, do you like this dress? Yes, because it gets me out of the store quicker. Just fucking buy it and let's get out of here. Do I like it? No, I don't like it. I don't like spending the money either, but I know arguing with you is not going to prevent you from buying it. So, yes, I like it. You look great. You look hot. Let's get the fuck out of here. There's those kinds of lies. And then there's smoking doesn't cause cancer lies. So it all depends, but everybody lies their fucking balls off, including Jesus Christ, because he got a hooker, and there's no way he brought up, you know, if she said, aren't you the son of God? What? No. What's going on? Figure we could bang out here over the water. Well, how are we gonna fuck in the water? No, we'll be on top of it. Okay, if 40,000 people die for every 1% increase of unemployment, give or take 10,000 depending on the study you read, how come no one is shouting, you're killing people of all ages across the country, the way you yell, you're killing people's grandparents? Well, because I think if everybody just stopped wearing masks, and that's the wrong answer, then that ratio is not going to remain a constant, right? If I'm understanding what you're saying here. Unemployment will kill conservatively 500,000 people. All right, well, where did you get that? So I'm not supposed to believe Fauci. He's a fucking liar, but I'm supposed to believe you, who is not in the business of stopping a pandemic. This is the whole thing about this, and my whole thing is I listen to people with shit like this. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, I'll listen to a sports fan when he thinks about who's going to win a game. It's just a fucking game. But a pandemic, I'm not listening to regular people. And all I've been saying this is just listen to the people that do this for a living to try and stop this shit, to try and warn people. That's all I've been saying. I don't even listen to politicians. All right? I don't listen to old Joe or crazy Donnie. I don't listen to either one of these. These are our fucking choices. Old Joe Biden and crazy fucking Donald Trump. Two of the oldest fucking they both look like they used to fucking host game shows.
Oldie or crazy?
Yeah, old or crazy. Neither one of them has all their marbles. Why don't you fucking elect both of them, and then they can fucking, hey, what do you think? All right. Influenza is different than the flu. There are many different influenza strands that go unidentified each year. There was never mass testing of these deaths to determine that perhaps half of the deaths were of the same strand. Strain. No, it said strand.
They're wrong.
Oh, strain. Okay. All right. Nia's saying you're wrong. This would allow it to be named and branded as something that could more easily be feared. All right. Although this is making sense to me, it's not that COVID is a conspiracy. It's that it's being reported irresponsibly, according to you. By the way, what is your background? What is your background? That's my thing. Because if you're just a person who's just going on the internet and they're looking at clips of Fauci and then you're looking up numbers and then, ooh, what about influenza? How many people does this? And this is how you're putting together your fucking term paper. There's no way to know where you got your information from. There's so many websites that are pretending to be official that aren't official. I don't know. I don't know the deal. That was what was great about the library. You had fiction in the nonfiction section, where the internet, everybody is saying that they're nonfiction. All right, I can continue to read this, but like at the end of the day, this is just some fucking guy or woman just writing this in. So, all right, if it was, and I used to feel like this type of shit, but I mean, to go along with this, that this is like, that the smartest people in the world, the people that are scientists and the people that are running the countries around the fucking world, that they're all somehow missing the boat. But you, who do not have that position, you somehow know what's really going on. And everybody has lost a bunch of fucking money off of this thing. So everybody is fucking losing, unless you can tell me there's this secret economy and they're trying to bankrupt all of us, and then they're going to come in and buy everything, and then I don't know. Anyway. And plus, how hard is it to wear a fucking mask? Everybody's being the biggest fucking baby. It's not like they're telling you to do fucking 500 squats every day. They're just saying to put on a mask. And the way that we eat, drink, smoke, fuck, none of it's healthy. Our fucking water is so goddamn polluted. You got to have bottled water that's sat in plastic containers for sometimes years. Don't fucking talk to me about this. I think this really just comes down to it's a new inconvenience that people don't want to fucking deal with. But I'll continue reading this. It was off the cuff, so I won't hold you over the fire for your words. Wait a minute. Hold me over the fire for words. Why? Don't talk to me like you just proved something. You're just a guy who went on the internet who looked up some shit. And I don't even know where you got it. You're not citing any of your fucking sources. You have one fucking link here. I mean, that goes to Wikipedia. One of them's a Wikipedia thing. Come on, man. I went on Wikipedia one time and I just wrote some horse shit on my fucking page to see how long it sat there. It sat there for like 3 days. It was off the cuff, so I won't hold you over the fire for your words. Well, first of all, stop talking to me like that, like you hold some sort of authority over me, and I'm sitting here like I'm doing my 6-month review with you. But the sentiment was that people will be able to open their businesses again. These businesses have thousands of dollars in debt, destroyed credit, and no end in sight. Not to mention they were forced to close their businesses indefinitely, making it almost impossible to plan ahead. A large wealth transfer that should have gone to the next generation is now going towards debt payments and banks. Yes, and who do you hold responsible for that? Let me guess, just rich people? What about all the fucking selfish assholes that didn't do what people were telling them to do? People in power were telling them to do, and they immediately were saying that the world is flat, and this is all a fucking conspiracy. You can't always blame the top 1%. All right? We're all selfish cunts. Just some of us are smart enough to learn how to build a global business. All right. There are so many factors that have created a war on many fronts. So-and-so put out a video where he simply questioned, if masks work and standing 6 feet apart works, why is everything still shut down? Well, because people aren't wearing the masks. If people would play ball, I don't know. Anyway, the protests caused spikes in major cities where businesses weren't allowed to open. Also, irresponsible leadership. Well, right there, you just back down that thing. You just give this quote where you say, well, if it works, then why isn't it shut down? Well, protesters weren't wearing masks. Regular people aren't wearing masks. People a few blocks over on the beach here are not wearing masks. They're just not wearing them. Kids are having fucking parties. That's why. And then people catch it, and then they fucking go to work. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Also, irresponsible leadership. And they're saying that standing 6 feet apart in mass is the best way to stop this spread. They're not saying it's 100% guaranteed. So when you combine that with the fact that people are doing whatever the fuck it is they want to do, evidently, then you're going to bring them to work. And, I feel that standing 6 feet apart wearing a mask is probably the safest thing you can do. But I don't want to do it standing across from someone that went to a fucking rave where no one was wearing a mask. This is just this fucking thing. You can literally tell somebody that the sky is fucking blue, and somebody is just going to argue the other side because they just don't want to hear somebody telling them what to do. And I am the king of that. I am the king of not wanting people telling me what the fuck to do. And I am, for once, just trying to listen to what people in power are telling me to do. Because I've been on social media, and I think people are out of their minds. That's just my opinion. Also, irresponsible leadership. Let them protest and let them open. They opened up states early. Every fucking state that opened early, they then had a spike. We're at a point where we're expected to deny logic and fall in line with one of two major opinions. They also politicized it. CNN and Fox politicized the thing. It's a shit show, sir. And I'll tell you, ma'am, I'm not going to fucking argue with you. If you think I'm full of shit and that listening to scientists rather than politicians or news media outlets and all that type of shit is stupid, then do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I don't care. Don't wear a mask. I don't give a shit. Go out there, go breathe on people, go lick a fucking pole. I don't care.